The hook? Picture this. June 17th, 1999. Edgbaston is a pressure cooker, and the air in Birmingham is thick with the scent of a dying Australian dream. South Africa needs 1 run off 4 balls to delete Australia from the tournament. The man at the crease is Herschel Gibbs, dead set the most gifted fielder on the planet. He plucks a catch out of the air to dismiss the Aussie skipper, Steve Wow. It's over. The Proteas are celebrating. But in his rush to throw the ball to the heavens, Gibbs lets it slip. A fumble that lasts half a second, but lasts a lifetime. Aswar walks past him. He doesn't shout. He whispers 9 words that would become the most lethal sledge in history. You just dropped the World Cup, mate. He wasn't just talking trash. He was making a cold, clinical prediction of the collapse to come. The voice of the archive, the worn journals. To understand the miracle, you have to read between the lines of the dressing room reports. Shane Warne wasn't just a king of spin. He was a man playing on borrowed time, hobbling on a shoulder that required constant ice and localized injections. In his own reflections, later documented in No Spin, Warne described a sense of manic desperation in the Australian huddle. The media had already printed the obituaries for this team, but while the world saw a squad of aging stars, the internal diaries of the players reveal a suicide mission mentality. They weren't playing for the trophy anymore. They were playing because they refused to let South Africa be the ones to turn the lights out on them. The shocking statistics of collapse. Here's the kicker that the history books often gloss over, the math of the miracle. South Africa was unbeaten. They had the pace of Ellen Donald and the finishing violence of Lance Klusener, who was hitting at a strike rate that defied 1990s logic. They needed 1 run from 4 balls. Statistically, Australia had a 0.01% chance of survival. But cricket isn't played in a calculator. When Klusener hit that ball to mid-off, the statistical certainty of a South African win evaporated in a cloud of dust and panic. The run-out of Ellen Donald wasn't just a mistake. It was a total systemic failure of a nation that had the game won 10 times over. The progressive revelation, the ghost run. The revelation isn't just that the game ended in a tie. It's why Australia went through. Because of a technicality from the Super 6 stage, Australia's superior net run rate acted as a legal safety net. For the Proteas, it felt like a heist. They didn't lose a game on the scoreboard. They lost it on a spreadsheet from 2 weeks prior. We watch the footage and see Donald rooted to the spot, his eyes wide, a psycho stickman in real life, realizing that the ball is already back at the stumps. The dream didn't just end. It was executed by a rulebook while 20,000 people watched in stunned silence. The emotional legacy, the soul in the dirt. So, was it the greatest game ever? In the aftermath, those 9 words from Steve Waugh didn't just fade. They became a curse. Australia went on to demolish Pakistan in the final, hoisting the cup and beginning a decade of global dominance. South Africa, however, ended a 25-year cycle of trauma, forever branded with a choker label. Like the Essendon 30 for losing their innocence to an experiment, or Israel Folau losing a career to a post, Herschel Gibbs lost his legacy to a single celebratory toss of a leather ball. It was the day Australia left its soul in the dirt of Edgbaston and walked away with a miracle. This is Cricket Rugby EAFL Analysis. Catch wire later, mates.